Hey, you guys. Sheila, baby. How you doing, my love? I love you. Seven people in the building, but we only showing one. Hey, Patriot. How you doing, my love? Arkansas in the house. Nelly, now, baby. Latoya, how y'all doing, baby? Love you guys. Just waiting on y'all. Latoya. Oh shit, Latoya, you have me dying. Teresa, babe, love you, my love. South Carolina in the house. Thank you, Nelly Nell. Thank you, babe. We got Arkansas here. Oh, and we have someone else. We got Arkansas in the house. We got 13 people in the bushes, y'all. 13 people in the bushes. Oh, man. North Carolina in the house. Hey. Hey, Kim, baby. VA in the house. Yes. We need all of y'all in the house. We be having Florida up in here, Louisiana up in here. What's going on? Bring it on. We got 16 people in the bushes. Y'all know I always say that because it's true. We got a lot of people in the bushes, y'all. They hiding. Once we make it up to 23, we already got 15. We gonna go in. Yeah, word, Nelly, now, word. It's like, put your microscopes on, y'all. I can see you. I'm watching, I can see you. It's all good. Letty know said they lurking, they damn sure are, baby. Once I get my 23 people in the building, I'm going to go in so we can see this. Today's Sunday, so, you know, I want to, hey, Sherry, yes. That's right, Sherry. She said, fuck that. The Kendrick Johnson rally and the Martin Luther King speech that they had the day of the rally for Kendrick Johnson. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful speech. We know that right now a lot of people are struggling because of Trump. A lot of people are not going to have food stamps. A lot of people are not going to have assistance. A lot of people are not going to have money. And we need to know that no matter what Trump or anyone does in this world, everybody, Dr. Martin Luther King, fought for us to be one, blacks and whites. And he fought all the years that he fought for us. Hey Pam, hey Jello Shots, baby. Love you guys. You know, all the fighting that Dr. Martin Luther King did to get us to Beverly, babe, to get us together. Trump is trying to take it down. Patriot, I hope not. But he's trying to bring our world down. And all the work that Dr. Martin Luther King spread and all the work that people did in this world, you know, just to stay on top of the world, and color should not have been a factor. The way we look shouldn't be a factor. And the way they're killing our kids right now is even worse. So at the end of the day, I want all of y'all to remember, yes, I want all of y'all to remember that no matter what we're going through, we need to stick together. As y'all can see, nobody's there for us but us. So don't let this Trump shit bring you down. Don't let it make you go to jail. Don't catch a case. Listen, we gonna be all right. Hey, Faye, baby. Yes, Patriot, we gonna be all right. And and just spraying and spreading the word. And I'm so happy that tomorrow is Dr. Martin Luther King's day. Today we gonna spread his word loud, you know. But we're gonna start with this justice rally for Kendrick Johnson. So we have 23 people in the building. If y'all ready, press 1. Oh yeah, you know that when there's a will, there's always a way. And we can never give up. That's one thing. We gotta stay strong. Yep, put them ones up if y'all ready. You know, Kendrick Johnson should have brought awareness to us before Kanika Jenkins. But because no one paid mind to Kendrick Johnson, we had another Kendrick Johnson with Kanika Jenkins. But nobody wanted to bring him to the light. So, we are now.
They deserve it. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. They deserve it. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. And when do we want it? And when do we need it? I want you to understand that every single day under their tutelage, people that's here, gunshots rang out in 1968 on April 4th, and people started loving Dr. King. That is going on in the city of Valdosta. We understand that there are some that bear the same skin that I do, and that the Johnsons do, and that you do. That
it's almost a year and a half now. You want action. You want to see something happen. And that's why these community leaders are here to say, we want something to happen.
Each and every day, I struggle to fight just to get up out of bed. Some days, nobody not really understanding.
God bless her.
But one thing about it, I'll never give up this fight for my child.
No, he can't.
I think we know what we're talking about. This family has been under unnecessary public scrutiny because all they have been doing is fighting for justice. And I look at each and every one of you and wonder if you would have the same tenacity when it comes to your family. Let's get back to the autopsy. Autopsy 1 saying that he suffocated under his own body weight, positional asphyxia. I told the Johnson family, when you decided to exhume your child's remains, you dug the truth out of the earth. I said that one more time, they dug the truth out of the earth.
All right.
Second autopsy, if you have not heard yet, blood force trauma. Is that not a contradiction to the
All right, yes it is.
A slight contradiction?
No, sir.
Well, we talked about the fingernails. We talked about the shoes, the loss of clothing. If it walks like a duck, and if it looks like a duck, and if it quacks like a duck, it ain't a giraffe. I'm just real with that. When you have that many inconsistencies, when you have that many suspicions, I think it warrants a thorough investigation. Now let me say this to Attorney Michael Moore. We appreciate him meeting with us. And I'll be totally honest with you, brothers and sisters. I appreciate his candor. Reverend Dr. Joseph Lowry, who could not be with us, and I know Executive Director Helen Butler will speak more on that later, but he sat in on that meeting. There was basically a promise made that we will get to the bottom of justice. Now, I'm just going to let it be known now, there's only a very few amount of information that we can share because we want to make sure that this investigation is orchestrated the way it should be. I mean, let's be real. We don't know who we have with us today.
That's right.
In order for this family to get justice, we want to make sure that we are doing our due diligence and not messing up that process. Does that make sense? All right. I want to talk a little bit before I bring other speakers on about April 4th, 1968. I don't know if some of you know it or not, but not everybody loved our beloved Dr. Martin Luther King.
No, they didn't.
And I think I can say that because I'm fortunate enough to be mentored and be friends of those that really rose with Dr. King.
Yes.
Under that tutelage. People felt about Dr. King like some of the people in Valdosta felt about this family. Causing all this trouble.
Yes.
It wasn't until them gunshots rang out in 1968 on April 4th that people started loving Dr. King.
Yes.
So I say this to y'all. The time now is needed for unity, love, and understanding.
Say that again, brother. Say it again.
Unity, love, and understanding.
Yes.
I need more information to be able to share with my 8-year-old and my 20-year-old who's not here, to let them know that this system cares for them just like anybody else's child. We've been dealt a bad hand of injustice over the past year or so. Would you not agree? We've got Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. Injustice. We've got Michael Dunn and George Davis. And even though that was a conviction, we're not jumping for joy because we still didn't get justice.
That's right.
Here's a message to Eric Holder. Here's a message to Michael Moore. Here's a message to the United States judicial system. You have the opportunity to restore some much needed things in the judicial system as it relates to the African American community.
Amen. All right.
We are sick and tired of watching those walk and kill our children.
You're welcome, Burnley.
Now we got a lot of speakers, so I'll close in the spirit of this, and I'll bring everyone up.
Love you, Sweet Pea. Love you, everybody. Love you, Jane. Love you, everybody. Love you, KT.
Let me talk to my young ones right now. Because they love to run Dr. King in a loop.
Hey, Miss you, love you.
Speech, which is deserving. Please don't think I'm being disrespectful. I can't be disrespectful.
That's right.
They love to talk about the speech where he made it to the mountaintop.
Yes.
But to my young ones, this system is set up to imprison you.
Yes, that's what it is.
1 out of every 3 of you will see the prison system one way or another. To my young cats that are hustling out here in the streets.
Yes.
Man, they got pictures of you and your name in places and you have no clue.
Thank you, Bemley. Love you, Bemley.
That's what's happening.
I have my mother and my lovely wife here with me today. To the parents out here, I can't sit in front of this William Augustus Brutal Federal Building. I advise you to look him up, by the way.
That's right.
And talk about this system without saying we got to stop doing what we're doing to each other.
That's right.
Amen.
They need some applause. We got to stop doing
Amen.
what we're doing to each other. So in the spirit of Dr. King,
Love you, Sherry.
Because I research all of Dr. King. I just want to read a snippet of a speech from Dr. King that I love, if that's all right.
That's all right.
And then we'll keep this thing going. In the words of Dr. King, this goes out to all of my people. I come here today and plead with you. Believe in yourself and believe that you're somebody. You know, Attorney King, I said to a group last night that nobody else can do this for us. No document can do this for us. No Lincolnian Emancipation Proclamation can do this for us. No Kensingtonian Argentinian Civil Rights Bill can do this for us. If black people are to be free, we must move down in the inner resources of our own soul and sign the pen and ink of self-asserting manhood, our own emancipation proclamation. Dr. King said, don't ever let anybody take the land.
That's right.
Be proud of our heritage.
That's right. Every day.
As somebody said earlier in the meeting, we ain't got nothing to be ashamed of.
Amen. All right.
Somebody, this is my part, y'all. Somebody told a lie one day. This is Dr. King. They couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil. There you go. There you go. Look in the dictionary and see the synonyms of the word black. It's always something degraded and low and sinister. Look at the word white. It's always something pure, high, and clean. Well, on that day, Dr. King said, well, I came here today to get the language straight.
That's right.
I came to get the language so straight that everybody here today will cry out, yes! I'm black and I'm proud, I'm black and I'm beautiful!
Yes.
Welcome to the KJ movement!
Okay, it ain't over.
Thanks so much, Brittany. We're here now at the Serenity Church of Valdosta.
This is
Georgia, both the Valdosta State University.
They still at the rally, y'all.
NAACP chapters, as well as the national.
And then we're going to hear the Martin Luther King speech from Dr. Martin Luther King himself.
Now, on Friday, January 11th, Johnson, a 17-year-old Lowndes County High School student, was found dead in the gym. That was the old gym after his family reported him missing the night before. Now, school officials say that Johnson disappeared from the surveillance cameras at about 1:09 in the afternoon that Thursday, the day before. Now, at about 10 a.m. on the 11th, that's when 2 students saw socks sticking out from mats, and that's when authorities were alerted. Now, more than 1,000 people turned out for KJ's funeral on January 19th, but the parents still had questions as to what happened to their son. Now, his family requested an autopsy almost immediately, but months of waiting, they were waiting and decided to wait no more and protested in front of the courthouse in April. Now, when they couldn't get answers by
Hey,
April 25th,
Tiffany Gray, everything. Let me tell you, we're going to get justice for all of our babies.
The Bureau of Investigation in the Lowndes County Coroner's Office released a statement on May 2nd.
People need to take this serious and stay woke.
Now, according to the sheriff's
this ain't no game.
Says, and I quote, the investigation was comprehensive and included the completion of multiple forensic tests.
Yes, they did, Tim.
The death of Kendrick Johnson has been serious. It's brought reaction from all over in this community, but especially all over the United States.
I'm confused. I'm lost, and so are my listeners. What is the story behind what happened with your child?
They're trying to say that my son was in the gym, and he fell. He reached for his shoe or his headphones and fell into the mat, and apparently he got stuck and
Chapters have been tweeting and Facebooking. You can see the hashtag What Happened to KJ all over the internet. But here with us, we have members of the gospel choir. Come on up, guys, of Valdosta State University. And you guys felt like Kendrick was family. Why are you here? Why is it important that students have actually been the ones to put this rally together?
Well, as a student of Valdosta and also a student of Valdosta State University,
I'm
an advocate that justice is brought for Kendrick Johnson. I stand in agreement as everybody else out here that justice is brought to this case. We have waited patiently. We have continued to wait that justice is brought, and we also stand that the coroner will come up with some result to this case.
Thank you. And you have something you want to share with us as well as we go to break. Thank you so much for being with us. Please share. And again, we'll be here live to get some feedback and information from Reverend Al Sharpton, who is inside. He will be sitting down with us and talking to us. We'll keep you up to date on this story on our website, WTXL.tv. Brittany, thanks so much. Back to you.
Robin, thank you. Well, coming up on...
Everything that this man did for us, let's keep it alive. And let's keep our kids safe, y'all. Let's not let Trump break us down. He ain't gonna break us. He's just gonna make us stronger.
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation.
People need to have their kids watch this.
Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Hey, Electric, I love y'all. Jane, I love you.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination.
Thank you.
100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we've come here today to dramatize the shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
You're welcome, Pam.
It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time.
That's right.
To make justice a reality for all of God's children.
That's right.
It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summit of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred.
That's right. Because that's what they want us to do now. Drink from the cup of bitterness and hatred because of Trump.
We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence.
That's right.
Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force.
Amen.
The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny.
That's right.
And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities.
That's right. Amen.
We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only.
That's right.
We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters.
That's right.
And like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality.
Yes.
You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities. Knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I still have a dream.
That's right.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream
That's right.
that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
That's right.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin,
That's
but by
right.
the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers.
That's
I have
right.
a dream today.
That's right.
Dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed in all flesh.
That's right.
Together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together.
That's right.
Knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire.
That's right.
Let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania.
That's right.
Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside.
That's right.
Let
That's
freedom
right.
ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last,
Thank God Almighty.
We are free at last.
Oh, God bless. That's right. Give me a minute, you guys. You know, this really touched me because yeah, we going through a lot in this world right now, and we need to understand that this man fought for us. This man did what he did, and the speeches that he gives are not only mind-blowing, but heart and soul touching. We need to keep our kids woke, y'all. This is our new for our kids. This is our new. Well, you don't see too many kids dying back then the way they dying now. Our kids are being set up by their supposedly friends. Our kids are being set up by the government. The government, this closure that the government did, that Trump did for this war, has shown that this man is trying his best to separate us and separate everything that we've learned, everything that we taught, everything that we've walked on this land for. He's trying to take it away from us. And we can't let that happen. Okay? We got to fight for our kids, and we got to fight to be here. And we got to show these people that it don't matter. Like he said, the color skin we are, we still number one too. Okay? You don't have to be white for us to be okay. We should be any color and be okay, and live okay, and be free okay. But they don't want that. They want to take all this history and they want to throw it in the garbage. And you know what? I'm going to let it come out live. And I'm going to keep it real and put everything up. Let the government hate me. Let certain people hate me because they voted for Trump. And I'm shutting them down because I'm telling them we need to stick together. It doesn't matter what color skin we are. And another thing I want to tell y'all is please talk to your children. My friend's daughter committed suicide Saturday. In the morning, she found her daughter tied up in her bedroom, hanging from her closet. She found a note today stating that the reason why she did what she did was because they were picking on her. People pick at people, make fun of others, and don't understand that they take this home. Speak to your kids about being a bully. Because you miserable, you shouldn't make another kid feel miserable. You understand? You guys, please talk to your kids. Kids hide this. They take care of it themselves by committing suicide. That's not the way to go. Please, we need to stay woke. We need to stay woke. When I tell you, I was so shocked to see that this little girl was about to be 12 years old. And because of who she was, they teased her to death. I love you guys. Like and subscribe. I will be back on Tuesday. We're going to be doing more work. And I found something real funny with Kanika Jenkins that we got to go back to. I love you, Sherry. Yes, I'm going to give her all of the prayers and all of the shout-outs from everybody. Because this woman needs to stay strong. Because right now she's thinking of taking herself out. Okay? This is the things that people don't think about when they make fun of others. Like I said, stay woke. I love all of y'all. I love all of you guys. Y'all all my babies. Y'all know I love y'all. Like and subscribe, you guys. Put your kids on to watch this video. To watch the word of Dr. Martin Luther King. Because people are going to start losing it. Trust what I'm telling you. I love you too, Latoya. I love all of y'all. Faye, Tina, Pam, everybody. Ella, Dee Dee, everybody. Everybody here, I love you guys. Okay? Scorpio, I love you guys. I love y'all. Like and subscribe. And if you could give this message to your own kids, to tell them to tell their friends, that'll be the best thing. Love you.